What's going on, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the channel. The Detroit Pistons were pretty active at the trade deadline this year. Expiring contract of Reggie Bullock and Stanley Johnson coming up on restricted free agency, the Detroit Pistons decided it was best to just trade both of them instead of worrying about finding a way to pay either one of them in the offseason. As you can see in my background right here, the Stanley Johnson trade choked me up. He was my boy, he was my favorite player. Seeing him go, very sad, but I'm happy he's in New Orleans, but that's not the point of this video. Trading Reggie Bullock and Stanley Johnson, the Pistons got a second-round pick, Svi, I'm going to try to pronounce his last name, and the 7'1" big man from Milwaukee, Thon Maker. Now, if you just looked at some of these moves and you were just a casual fan following the Pistons, you'd think, well, the Pistons are selling off, they are in the 9th seed, they're not expecting to make the playoffs this year, they're just getting rid of their assets so they don't lose them for nothing. So, the season's over, they're just selling off their assets. And they're just creating cap room by getting two guys who are on rookie scale contracts for multiple years, creating cap room and flexibility for this summer, next summer, all the years down the road with Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. But that's just simply not the case. Now, yes, they did create cap room down the road and did create some flexibility. They did trade their starting small forward and probably their best shooter for a project and a second-round draft pick. But I'm not here to talk to you guys about Thon Maker, Svi, the second-round pick, where Reggie Bullock went, or even my boy Stanley Johnson. No. I'm going to talk to you guys about why the signing of Wayne Ellington means, one, the Reggie Bullock trade looks even better, and two, the Pistons are still pushing hard for the playoffs. Like I said, a lot of Pistons fans thought after the trade deadline had ended, the Pistons were just mailing the season in. They just traded their best shooter and their backup four for two projects and a second-round draft pick. We were 9th seed, we're behind Miami. Even if we do make the playoffs, could we just get swept? What's the point of it? We have our pick this year, why not just go for the lottery? Forget it all. That was the mindset of many Pistons fans as soon as 3 o'clock hit. I understood that, and I even somewhat agreed with that. No, I didn't think the front office was just giving up on the season. I think they were just shifting their focus more towards flexibility, cap room, the future under Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin. They did do that, and if we happen to make the playoffs in the same breath, hey, we just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But the signing of Wayne Ellington should signal to all Pistons fans, the roster, anybody who follows the team, that this team very much wants to make the playoffs, whether it's 8th seed, 7th seed, they don't care. They want to be playing in this postseason. Here's why. It was believed throughout the whole season that if you got rid of Reggie Bullock, it was signaling that you were looking more to the future, this summer, the years afterwards, instead of making the playoffs this year, because keeping Reggie Bullock gives you your best chance at going to the playoffs. But by signing Wayne Ellington, who is a career 38% three-point shooter and is shooting 37% this year on 6 attempts, you're pretty much just replacing Reggie Bullock with someone who can do the exact same thing that he did. Wayne Ellington is going to be coming here off the buyout market, which means he's going to be cheap. And in my belief, this is probably not going to do anything past this year. He's not going to be here after this season. This is strictly a move to make the playoffs this year. If they come to some kind of multi-year deal, I'll be absolutely shocked. But almost 99.9% believe that this is going to be strictly a one-year thing. Hope Wayne Ellington get paid in this offseason, and in the same breath, help the Pistons make the playoffs this year. I mean, you really do got to clap it up for this front office. They traded away Reggie Bullock and Stanley Johnson, created cap room, created flexibility, got 2 projects on rookie contracts that could turn out to be really good players for the Pistons, and they got a second-round pick. And at the same time, if you were worried about the Pistons not being able to make the playoffs and not having enough shooting now that Reggie Bullock was gone, they also capped it off with getting Wayne Ellington. And as my friend Martin keeps pointing out on Twitter, the Miami Heat, who are a half a game ahead of the Pistons, have a really rough schedule coming up compared to the Pistons, who have pretty much their rough schedule out the way. I'm going to say this again just in case you guys don't completely comprehend what I'm saying. The Pistons created roughly around $2 million in cap, and for a team that's right there at the luxury tax, that is a big deal. And for a team that's looking to have flexibility moving forward, that is a huge deal. And by doing this, they had to give away their best shooter, but they ended up getting another great shooter off the buyout market for cheap this season to make the playoffs, along with creating this flexibility moving forward. This was a great trade deadline for your Detroit Pistons. Oh, and to add on top of this, the Pistons didn't bite on the trade for Mike Conley. The Memphis Grizzlies wanted Reggie Jackson, Luke Kennard, and probably multiple first-round draft picks, and that's just way too much, and the Pistons didn't bite on that. Instead, they took the smarter route, which is just great to see in this front office, that we finally have some people who are looking forward to the future instead of just not right now. And Ed Stefanski did this in such a way to give the fans confidence and a reason to trust him, that he's not just going to go and throw away seasons. He's not going to go ahead and just say, screw the playoffs. But he's also not going to screw us moving into the future. He's literally killed two birds with one stone, and every Pistons fan should be very pleased and should gain some trust for Stefanski because of it. And let's just say that these two projects don't work out. V and Thon Maker just don't work out. Well, the Pistons still are likely to achieve their goal to make the playoffs this year, and they still achieve their goal to have flexibility moving forward, to where if these two don't plan out, they still have enough room to bring some rotational players on the board. I don't see a way you could look at these trades and say the Pistons didn't just nail the trade deadline. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know down below if you guys agree with me, or if you guys have differing thoughts about what Ed Stefanski did. Let me know if you guys see the vision that Ed Stefanski's trying to do, and what do you guys think about the two players the Pistons just got? Let me know all of this down below in the towel section. And if you liked the video, make sure you hit me with that thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can see all my videos whenever I post them. And if you want to see some more Pistons content, go ahead and check out this site, pistonpower.com, which I am now the site expert and editor for. We have all kinds of Pistons content coming out daily. If you want to just read some new stuff and some entertaining articles, go ahead and check out this site. And if you don't already, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CookieNBA. I understand the spelling can be hard to understand, so I'm going to put it right up here for you guys. And I do clips, I talk to Pistons on there. I think I'm a pretty good Pistons follow if you want to have some Pistons fun, Pistons analysis on your timeline. Go ahead and follow me up right here. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.